Hey everyone, Charmaine here. It's Saturday and welcome to another papercraft video. In this video, I will show you how to make paper clusters. So paper clusters are essentially embellishments. I've seen a lot of crafters create this sort of pre-made collage that you can use on junk journals, scrapbooks, and I think you can even use this for pen pal swaps or just regular journaling. This is a great way to use your paper scraps that you've been hoarding because you think they're too pretty to throw away. Also, if you have this in your drawer, you know those sticker sheets that have only like 1 or 2 stickers left on them? This is a good way to use them up. Put them on paper clusters. The process of creating paper clusters is very straightforward. You just basically put different types of paper, different types of stickers all together, and there you have it. But in this video, let me just show you how I made the whole process of creating paper clusters more organized and I guess a bit more streamlined. Just a quick note, if you haven't yet, please do click subscribe, turn on notifications, and press that like button. Anyway, let's get on to making these fun paper clusters. So let me show you how I organized the stuff that I used to make the paper clusters. So I had one bin full of different types of leftover paper from crafting. So I have my leftover wax paper, I have newsprint, book paper, and craft paper right there in one little bucket. The other category is actually just a bunch of die cuts. So I'm recycling this gatefold from an invitation, and then I have a bunch of die cuts of these pink and gold flowers right here. And the other category is a bunch of small stickers, small washi tapes, small tags that I have lying around. So that's that. And of course I have random sticker sheets on hand. And then finally I have some random silicone stamps as well. There is really not much science to it because all you need is glue, and all you really have to do is just put the pieces together. So when I started making the paper clusters, I actually didn't know what to do. I had no idea or had no theme in mind. I actually had no idea what I was doing when I started layering the clusters. I was like, should I think of a theme? Or what was I actually doing? I wasn't really sure. Then I remembered watching another tutorial on creating embellishments as well. I'm so sorry, I can't remember which video that was, but if I remember, I'll put the link down below. This lady said that you shouldn't overthink it, just go with the flow. So that's what I started to do. I just started putting things together, and then I realized that since these were actually sort of throwaway pieces, I could just easily, if I didn't like it, I could just scrap it, undo it, redo it, put it back together again with glue. Who would know? It's just a paper cluster. So I just let go of the idea of trying to make something and just started piling things, layering things. At first, I didn't actually have a system. I just picked up stuff from the little bin that I have and just piled them there. But eventually, after a couple of tries, after a few trial and errors to see what pattern works with what, I actually came up with a concept of how I was going to go through with the rest of the paper clusters that I was creating. I had so much fun using this gatefold invitation card, this die cut, because it had so many patterns and it was so much fun trying to figure out how to use the patterns, cutting it in different ways. So the randomness was actually sort of inspiring. It made me want to be more creative. It was actually a really fun activity, especially when you just want to let loose, let go, not really wrap yourself around an idea, just going with the flow. As for gluing the pieces, I didn't go too heavy on the glue. I just put it in spots where I thought that it would hold together. If you have been watching my channel for a while now, you will notice that I am not too OC when it comes to sticking stuff on my page. I like how the pages aren't really stuck by the edge on the sheets or on the pages. Like the overlay things, when they overlap, when the edges don't actually stick when they lift, or basically, I don't know if you get what I mean, but when the layers are obvious, I don't mind that. I actually enjoy that on my pages. But if you would like, you could just go as heavy or as light as you want with the glue that you use. I guess the whole fun of this activity is that either way works. As long as it's stuck on there, as long as when you lift it, it doesn't fall off, you're alright. After a few paper cluster tests, I realized that I was wanting this style of having almost all the paper that I prepared in one sitting. So it was like I ended up with like a patchwork of scrap paper. So it was a piece of the book paper, a piece of the newsprint, and a piece of the wax paper, all layered. Basically, at one look, you can see the newsprint, you can see the book paper, you can see the craft paper, and you can see the wax paper. Then for each paper cluster, I added a piece of the gatefold invitation, so I have a little die cut there, and I also put in the pink and gold die cuts that you see on the screen. So I actually cut this out from a paper set that I got from inloveartshop.com. At first, when I received it, I did pick that out. I did get that from their listing, but I wasn't sure at first how I was going to use it. And it's so fun that this is the activity that I ended up with, and I'm super happy with that. If you want to get one of these sheets as well, I'll put the link to the product down below. And also, if you're going to purchase anything, you can use my code S3671 and you'll get 15% off of your purchase. Anyway, going back, just to reinforce how I approached this whole paper cluster thing, I made sure I had all these components. I had craft paper, I had wax paper, I had book paper, I had newsprint, and also I had a die cut flower, the pink and gold one, and also a piece of the gatefold invitation card on each of the paper clusters that I made. So having similar structures in all of the paper cluster, when I say structure, having like a framework of what elements go in all the clusters, it helps you have that uniform aesthetic look that makes the entire set, if you're making a set of paper clusters, cohesive. The process is that you just pile on a couple of stuff, and then eventually as you make paper clusters, you will see what works and what doesn't. So I'll just show you the first couple of paper clusters that I made. So as you can see, they are a different style, a different kind of combination. So this one that I'm showing you right now is a combination that I thought was nice. So that's what I came up with. So basically, as you progress on with the activity, just be mindful of the things, the colors, the patterns that work and that you think are pleasing, and then focus on that and try to repeat that in the different clusters that you are making. So having that same structure but tweaking it every now and then so that you'll have different results. Don't limit yourself to paper products, so just use different types of stationery as well. So I've added these fun stickers. So these paper doily stickers, so they have like doily patterns. I so love them because they show so well on craft paper. So to keep the balance, as you can see, I am putting in a piece of the doily stickers on each one of the paper clusters. And of course, what are paper clusters without washi tapes? Yes, you have that right. If you agree with me, give this video a thumbs up. So just stick them on your paper clusters, making sure not to cover the essential bits. Here I'm adding more stickers, so these ones are just the small little dots. So basically that's the thing, if you're doing it with one cluster and it works there, do it to every other cluster that you have. And lastly, of course, I'm using these stamps and I'm just randomly stamping each and every cluster that I have. Here's a fun tip. I usually keep the stamping as the last bit because it's an easy filler. For example, I see a blank space, stamps easily but subtly fills them up. Anyway guys, here is the final product. So the paper clusters have been created and I'm very much happy with my final result. When you do get a chance to make your own paper clusters, don't forget to tag me on Instagram at Chessie so I can add you in my papercraft gallery. Thank you for taking time to finish this video up here until the end. I truly appreciate it. I'll see you again in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your week. Keep safe, stay well. Happy paper crafting. Bye.